Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Saturday night, and we are burning some cedar. It is January 24th. And hopefully, if you're listening, hopefully you're warm and comfortable and safe. A lot of cold, extreme weather, a lot of extreme energy. You're in the star room. My name is G, and I do astrology readings. So the way this works, let me see if I can get my stuff set up here. All right, the way this works is you give me your birth digits, birth time, birth state, birth city. Yeah, need your birth time and your birth date. Don't forget, birth times are important, folks. That's how we get the accuracy, okay? Need your birth location and your birthday. You can put it in the chat or you can email it to me for folks who want me to spend a little extra time on their chart. You send a gift to the channel and I gift it right back to you through the time. And if you don't have that, you don't have the ability to do that right now, that's fine. Everybody can get a quick reading. I call them speed readings. I do not offer the link for anybody to come on the screen unless they have gifted the channel. It just takes up too much time, folks, okay? However, you can always contact me for a private reading if that is what you wish to do. All the details are below the video. And by the way, before we go any further, astrology class, Astro 101 with G, Saturday nights. It is the second Saturday of every month. Yeah, I changed my lighting around. Second Saturday of every month. So that would be February 14th is the next class. Doesn't matter what level you are, although it is really a main focus on starting from the ground up and going over a lot of the details that people tend to skip over, learning the basics really well. If you're interested in that, just go down below, send me an email, let me know. I'll give you the details. As of right now, I've got a couple openings for the Astro 101 with G. And I look forward to hearing from you. All right, let's move on. I know I already have some work. Some people have already sent channel gifts. So thank you very much for those who've sent channel gifts. Let's check the chat. Let's first see if you guys are here. Let's see if I'm here, if you can hear me. You know, with technology, it's a lot better this week than it was last week, guys. I'm still having some challenges here and there, but it's nothing compared to what it was. It was really crazy last week. Right now, I don't even see that there's a chat here. I know there's a chat here. Oh, by the way, yeah. We also do a private lives. The last Saturday of every month, a private lives. So it's the same thing we do here, but we do it privately. Sometimes there's a little bit more intimate things you want to talk about, but you don't want the whole world to know about it. Yep. You want to get in on those? Let me know. Send me an email because those are very small. I keep those really small because it's private, it's intimate. If you want to be involved in that, just send me an email, let me know, and I'll tell you the details. All right. With that said, let me get some, all right, let me see what we got going on here. We've got some people, so I got to get to work. Also bear with me. I am still merging astro data from one software system to another. So please be patient. If you have already submitted your astrology digits in the past, I might have to ask you for them again. I've kind of been swamped, so we're just going to kind of do what we can do as we go along. And let's see who's all here. Let me see if teamwork is here. Excellent. All right, teamwork, you're number one. So listen for your number. We go through the chat. It's the order in which you have shown up. For those who have sent a channel gift, they can come on and they can have a rapport with me so that while I'm looking at their chart if they want. Teamwork, do you want the link? Since you are First one in line, and you sent your gift. Let's get to work. Teamwork is number one. And Frank is here. What's going on, Frank? How are you doing? Frank, you would be number two if you want me looking at your chart. If you don't want me to look at your chart, like if you're just here to learn, if you're just here to be a part of this community, then just say pass. Type pass in the chat, and we'll move along. Might be a slow night. God only knows. There's just some crazy weather and some very, it's just crazy times. So we're just going to move along here. Let's see. Frank would be number two. That would mean I am Lulu is number three. And if I make a mistake somewhere, if I skip over someone, Karmic Karen, you're number three. I just said that. Okay. Sorry about that. Karmic Karen is number three. Lulu, you're number four. Welcome to the live stream. I recognize some of these names. Good to have some new names in here. That's great. I don't think I have your guys' digits though. So if you want a reading, make sure I got your digits. I know last week I was reading a chart that wasn't somebody's chart, and I'm going to tell you, nothing drives me more crazy than that. So hopefully we have none of those mistakes tonight. Healing readings by Donna Marie. Girl, you burn the candle at both ends. Just popping in saying hi. Yeah, you have a good night too. Thank you, Amiga. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Where was I? Number four. So Strange Live. You'd be number five. Again, speed readings unless you send a channel gift. The details are below if you want to send in a gift. If you don't want to, that's fine. I'll look at your chart. We'll do a speed reading. You will not get a link to talk with me. That is reserved strictly for folks who send a channel gift because I only have so much time tonight. Strange Live. And then we have Bora Bora. Would be number six, saying hi, G. Well, hello, Bora Bora. You're number six. If you aren't getting your reading, please put pass. That'll help me out a little bit. Yeah. So let's just get to work. Teamwork. Did you let me know? I didn't see anything, although that might not mean anything. Oh, Teamwork said yes, please. Thank you. Yeah, it's tricky. Some nights it's tricky to see that chat and to, eyes play games, right? There you go. The link is for Teamwork. If anybody else picks up the link, I'm going to kick you out of the room. How about that? We'll just do it that way. We'll kick you out of the green room. I think it just causes confusions. Some people don't listen. You tell them the link is only for whoever, and they don't care. Last week, we had two people sitting in the green room, like more than half the show. Neither one of them were even in the, I don't know. Well, anyway. I can't give them any more of my time. But the point is, you just never know. People are wonky that way. Let me shut that down. Let me go to the email. Maybe that'll help. All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. I got an email from Umbra. You got to let me know who you are, Umbra, in the chat. It doesn't match any names I've seen, so we got to know. But I see your digits, but you got to let me know what your handle is that you're using there. That'll help me a lot. All right, let's get on the show here. Let's get Teamwork up here. Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, I can hear you good. Okay, for a minute, I couldn't hear you. Excellent. How are you doing?
I'm okay, thank you.
That's excellent. You always got to smile. That's great. We love it. That helps things along. All right, let's get your chart up here. And let me get this going. Oh, thank God it's working. Oh, you guys just don't even know. Freaking technology. All right, but it's working tonight. Let me see if I can get a better screen on here. I don't know why. Sometimes the StreamYard stuff, it just gives me some more.
Yeah, I see a double.
You're seeing double?
Yeah.
I see what you mean. You're seeing double. Okay, well, how about this? How about that? Does that look better?
It's still. But it's okay. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. All right, so what's the timeline again? You said you have a timeline.
Yeah, I'm leaving on February 16.
All right. So that's where we're going to go. She said, I'm leaving. So you already have it all planned out. Okay. So we're going to pull up the second chart. The second chart is where the planets are up in the sky at the moment. Okay. Maybe that's what you meant by the double. I don't know. But I can, let's go to February for you. So you said you're going to go February 16th?
Mm-hmm.
How long are you going to be gone?
4 weeks.
Nice. That's a nice vacation.
But February is small, so it's like
You're
3
right.
weeks
It is.
and a few days.
Yeah, I agree. It's a small month.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a lot of days. Now, you said you're not concerned about the retrogrades or anything like that, even though it is a Mercury retrograde in Pisces. I'm just repeating that just so that we're all clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always around this time.
Okay.
It's Mercury retrograde, so I always get it. So it's like, what can I do?
Well, I guess my point is it's a Mercury retrograde in Pisces. That's the emphasis there. Not that it's a Mercury retrograde, but in Pisces. You follow?
Yeah, exactly. Because everybody, all the planets are there, so that's my concern.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got your chart on the screen, and
I'm
Mercury
flying.
retrograde is 20 degrees to 22. Yeah, 22 degrees of Pisces, and it goes back to 8 degrees of Pisces. Okay, 22 to 8. And that would be overseas energy, traveling overseas, because that's Pisces. Foreign lands, foreign countries, across the pond.
Yeah.
All right, so your Pisces energy, let me see your chart. Okay, it's down here. Oh, wow, right there in the house of travel. Yeah, look at this. On the day that you're leaving, the 16th, you got Mercury 14 right there on your third house. Okay. All right, well, you're definitely going to be traveling. You're like, we're doing this. So the retrograde technically begins on the 26th of February, once Mercury hits 22. And then we'll also take a look at some other energy because Jupiter will be trining, right? So that'll be a thing. Mercury and Jupiter will be aligning. We'll be in a trine energy, actually. Jupiter's at 15 degrees. Let's go to no, this is actually when you're leaving, so that's important. Mercury and Jupiter trining on this day. Okay.
But it's kind of like Jupiter is going to be also opposite Saturn. That's my other concern.
Right, I see it. Now, the Jupiter is really strong right here. Okay. Your Saturn is strong too because you have a retrograde Saturn, but it's it's strong, but it's not, right? You have a Saturn in the 12th house, and so that's kind of challenged a little bit in the 12th, right?
Yeah.
Because it's in the ethereal, or I'm sorry, it's in the 5D realm, right? And Saturn is definitely 3D. So it is already challenged, but it is a retrograde Saturn. So this Jupiter being at the opposite end of it, yeah, that Jupiter can create, it might, well, I would hate to say this, but it might create restrictions. It might expand on the Saturn's restrictions. It can expand upon goals. It can, rules and regulations. And obviously, if you're traveling overseas, which is interesting because your Saturn is in the 12th, that's the overseas stuff. So that might be a combination that might be a little on the tricky side there. All right, so let me see the exact day here, because I know Jupiter it stands still at that 15 degrees. That's where the retrograde for Jupiter actually ends. And I think let's just double check it all for you real quick here. Your Salacia is right next to your Saturn as well, and that's a lot of Pisces energy right there too. That might be a reason that brings up fears and confusion. Salacia conjunct Saturn in the 12th too. Okay, so there it is. It stops retrograding in March. So Jupiter is strong. Now, when are you returning?
The 18th of March.
18th of March. Okay, so Jupiter's going to stop retrograding like on the 11th/12th. All right. And I think having Saturn and Celestia together like that, once this Jupiter ends, like, do you have concerns once you're overseas? Once you're actually over there? Or is it just the flight?
It's just the around, coming and going, and if there are some delays or whatever. Because I know my concern is all the other planets, the Saturn and Neptune, if it's any concerning for me. I don't think so, but
well, here's what we'll do. Your Saturn and your Neptune, you don't have any Aries in that third house.
yeah, exactly.
Right? So you don't have anything there. Now let's see if they're going to be aspecting. So we're going to look at your Cancer. You got nothing at 1 or 3, nothing in Cancer. Go across from Cancer. And you do have a Jupiter Saturn midpoint at 3 degrees in Capricorn. So let me show you it like this. You see this?
Yeah.
You do have that right there. So we're going to have Saturn squaring that.
Okay.
It will be squaring that. So here's the thing. When we have a Jupiter Saturn, it's even a retrograde. Wow, lots of retrograde. So we know what the Jupiter Saturn is. It can bring on more limitations, more slowdowns, more rules, more regulations. But Saturn will be squaring it. And so that square can bring about some stress and tension.
Always that. When you travel, always that.
Yeah. I mean, you said you've done it before.
Yeah.
But you're right. This time you are going to have Saturn. Saturn will be at the 3 degrees there. So let's see if what do you got in the opposition to that Saturn at 3? Opposition, Libra, nothing. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see if you have anything else. One thing in a chart never gives me great concern. It's just Saturn squaring your midpoint. And it's just by itself. So as far as I can tell, let me see about some other things here. Your node, I don't know if you saw, I'm sure you saw this. You have your south node in Pisces at 16 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That third house cusp line. And this is kind of gives you, I think this is kind of giving you that superpower for travel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because it's there and dealing with the public as well. 16 degrees. That's the moon energy. And Jupiter, nice, strong trine to that because it's a Jupiter retrograding. So it's still a nice trine because it's still retrograding. It's when the Jupiter retrograde ends that you might notice a difference at that point because the Jupiter is not retrograding anymore by the 13th, right? And then on the 18th, yeah, see, that's probably where your concern is at. So let's see, is the 18th the day you're traveling back, did you say?
Yes.
All right, so we're on the 18th. Let's take a look at this. Okay, so you're concerned. We got a lot in Pisces, which we do. We got Mercury in the North Node conjunct on this day. You see this?
Yes.
Wow, did you plan your travel plans around this?
No.
Were you like, this is the best time to do this? I'm going to do this here.
No, I look at the cheapest. I went for the cheapest.
Yeah.
And then I realized, oh no, because
everybody does.
Like in August. So
yeah.
I forgot about February. I said, oh yeah, I like it. Damn.
Well, here's the thing. This is what's really interesting. The moon is also in Pisces on this day. So actually at this time, the moon is actually conjunct your south node, trining Jupiter.
Well, I'm going to be like 2 hours ahead.
Well, right. I understand that. But I'm just saying in general, the moon's going to be in Pisces. Now, the moon will be conjunct Mars on that day. So that might be a little on the difficult side because let me see your Gemini energy. You have Mars at 0. You don't have. Okay.
Well, I have Uranus on top of my Mars forever.
Well, this Uranus is at 28. Your Mars is at 0. So my concern was objects that are closer with your node. You follow?
Yes.
Not that Uranus isn't a big deal, but like you said, you've had it there forever, and well, you're still here. So it would require something else being a
Yeah.
trigger or, an activator of an event.
Yes.
So Venus on this day, Venus is in Aries, and Venus is also exactly squaring Jupiter on this day, just about exact. Wow. So it's the 8 degrees with Mercury and the 8 degrees at the moon's nodes. Let me look at that and see if we've got something that's going to angle up. Okay, so it is Rigel and Answer. So this can be some difficult energy as far as definitely for travel, because you have 2 fixed stars up in the sky. Aldebaran is at 9 degrees. Antares, or Antares, however you say that, is also at 9. So the north and the south node are in this strong, it creates a big mutable square. Lots of stress and tension. So that Mercury energy in Pisces, maybe reservations get lost, maybe you lose the ticket. I mean, just really weird shit like that because of the Mercury stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The Uranus energy, though, with the technology and with airlines, because that's a big part of Uranus energy. Let's see, you got Pluto at floor. Let me see. I said floor. 4. Pluto at 4. Sextiled by Saturn. Let me see if you have some stuff. Okay, over here. Let's just see if we have a trine over here. So far, I would expect, because of the Mercury being where it's at, this is going to be squared up. And so definitely, who knows, maybe you missed the taxi.
Yeah.
Because
there is always something. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, as far as something huge, I will say that
Something
changes or
globally,
news, there might be, your mood in general.
Mm-hmm.
You may feel nervous and anxious during this time.
Always, yeah.
You know what I mean? It says, it's just basically typical travel delays.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Saturn can create those delays.
Yeah.
Slowdowns, and that's typical for Saturn.
Yeah.
But for anything major, like don't go.
Yeah.
You usually have to see a lot of things lining up.
Okay.
And honestly, they're usually major trine energy.
Yeah.
Usually like, wow, look at all these trines you have. And the truth is,
the trine.
It easily means something's going to just happen. And it's not always like what you want. So, I just see a lot of stress and frustration. Where's your natal moon at? Oh, over there. That's why. Okay, so your moon is definitely going to be part of this too. You're having Mercury and the nodes squaring your moon even on this day. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
But again, you have that fixed star right there with your moon. Okay, your Jupiter's at 24. No wonder. Okay, and Jupiter is your greater benefic. That's good. And you have this nice Jupiter trine, and it's just trining your south node. And normally the south node energy, you have that superpower of surrender, of prayer, of faith. Like that's what the south node in Pisces means. It says I can just kind of put some headphones on and some music and relax and kind of escape that way, to calm yourself. But, it's also substances. So Pisces might say, I need a little sip of wine. That's another possibility. This would be different if I saw the node, the transiting node, and the Mercury and the Mars, like on your Chiron or something.
Yeah.
You do have a 0-degree Chiron.
Yeah.
Then I would probably be more like, holy crap. So that would, but see, you are going to have that.
Yeah.
When we back things up a little bit, the Mars will sit on your Chiron.
Yeah.
like the end of February, the beginning of March.
Yeah.
And so,
But I always have it like the sun
yeah,
pass
yeah.
by, so that's not my concern. My concern was all the Saturn and Neptune going to Aries.
Yeah, the only thing the Saturn and Neptune do in your chart is it's this one thing, your Jupiter Saturn midpoint.
What that means, midpoint.
Oh, the midpoint is the halfway point between your natal Jupiter and your natal Saturn.
Oh,
So it creates
oh,
the halfway point where the energy meets up in the sky.
oh, I
So it's
see.
called a midpoint. Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, here's also the other thing. That's called Uranian astrology, the
Ah,
study of midpoints. I know. I didn't know
we are
that.
gonna learn that.
Yeah. Well, I had just always been following the midpoints even before I knew I could use the software to pull, because the software wasn't always showing us the midpoints. And then I don't know, in my brain, I just started looking for midpoints for people just to help figure out problems in their life. And then I
Yeah.
heard it's a real thing. And
Huh.
it's called Uranian astrology. And I'm like, oh shit, no wonder. It makes sense. It's an astrology thing.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And I do know that they are points that are definitely, like, if something is conjunct that point, you will know. You will know. This is an increase of slowdowns and restrictions. And because you're going to have Saturn squaring it, you should probably just expect that. Because
Interesting.
it's that and it's the Mercury stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see if you have anything. Yeah. And I'm not, yeah, because it's going to be square energy with Mercury in the north and the south node. They're receiving a square from these two fixed stars. Aldebaran is extremely powerful. Isis is also there in your natal chart. You have Isis conjunct Aldebaran, even. And then we have, like I said, Antares or Antares. And that's in your 5th and your 11th house. Now, this, I'm not overly concerned for you, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I feel like it could be the typical travel delays.
Yeah.
Maybe not typical, maybe a little bit more than usual, but
Yeah.
because it's Saturn, that does follow to suit with, like, the order and the structure and the regular routine. Things
Yep.
might not be regular routine. There might be,
There's always something. Yeah.
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 So there might be a little,
That's what I thought, but I just wanted to confirm.
no, it was
with
good for you to check. I
Yeah.
agree. And I'm glad you did this, because then that way we can see it, we can see it, and it's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's not an abundance of objects.
Yeah, exactly.
There's
Just
just not. So I would say you're right, unless unless you're not. No, I mean, seriously though, like, let me, one other thing I'm going to check for you real quick. I got a cat at the door. So I'm going to check a perfection chart. I don't know if you've checked yours. You're in
yeah, but I don't understand it.
Yeah, you're in a travel. You're under Mercury. And no, it just means your Gemini energy is lit up. So thinking and talking and communicating and friends and peers and coworkers and neighbors. The 5th house, fun, having a good time, relating and talking and being very busy. Actually, it's Gemini. So your 5th house is really lit up for your perfected planet for this year. And that, of course, falls under the thing of travel. But I don't see anything. There's no crazy energy of holy shit, don't go.
Exactly. Yeah.
But as long as you go in with expecting, delays and that kind of crap, then you should be all right. There's like no purposeful deceptions necessarily. And I think you have a lot of support with Jupiter in general, because it's your great benefic, and it's providing a trine to your south node, which is your superpower. And I feel like, because it's also at the degree of the public, I feel like for you, your emotions, if you need to take something a little extra.
Always.
Okay. Well, then just make sure you're bringing extra or taking just to help manage it.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Okay. Thank you very much, Dee.
Oh, you are so welcome. You are welcome. I hope that helps.
Yes. Thank you. Have a good night.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, let me get this cat. Hold on. I'm not sure you want to be in here. You smell all that sage and all the cedar? Okay, well, you have to let me get to the thing 'cause I'm working. You want to come on up? Okay, come on. Are you coming? Come on. Today? Okay, you're just going to sit and stare? Are you coming in? Come on. Oh, she's thinking about it. She's not sure she wants to do this because of she can smell the incense. I didn't think she'd want to be in here. Okay, here we go. All righty. So teamwork was number 1 and she is done. And now we got Frank. Frank, I think I saw an email from you as well. Thank you, everybody, for the channel gifts. So I hope I got clarification on that Umbra one. Oh, good. I got it, Umbra. I see it. Very good. Very good. You clarified. That's great. So, Frank, your question on my question about Saturn and Uranus. Yeah, let's get your chart up here real quick. So let me find the damn live stream. I lost you guys. Okay, there you are. All right, let's switch the chart. Let's go to Frank real quick on this here. Taffy's like, I don't know if I want to get up in this thing. Wow, Frank, I wonder if I put down E. Frank or Frank in the new software for you. There are so many names in this damn software. And they're all like, Frank, are you January 2nd, 1965? Let me look at the chart. I'll know if that's you. Yeah, that looks like you. All right, let's get that up here. I guess I didn't put your last name, or I didn't put E. Frank. Okay, let's get this on the screen. Yep, let's get this on here. Here we go. Okay, Frank. Oh, you know what? Let me do that like this. Because you kind of want me to go a little bit deeper on your question from last week. And so it's a good question. So we're going to kind of bring it out in the front here. Okay, so let's go like this. Let's do Frank's chart, and we're going to... Sorry, I know I'm all over the damn place. Frank has a question about his ascendant. Yeah. He's got this Capricorn ascendant, but he's got a lot of Aquarius in his first house. So his question is, what should he follow? Like, who is he? Is he Capricorn or is he Saturn in the first house on the ascendant? That was his question. And it's a good question because most charts, you know, it's kind of rare. Maybe rare is the wrong word, but usually we're really complex people. So we have more than one energy. So let's get this up here so you can take a look real quick. Yeah. I'm sorry that took so long. I have no idea. Shit was going forever slow, and I had to keep pressing it for it to just like move. So he's a Capricorn on his ascendant. So Frank's like, you know, if I'm a Capricorn ascendant, why do I feel like Uranus? Why do I feel like Aquarius energy, you know? And that's because he's Cappy on the ascendant, but yet his first house, he's all Aquarius. Well, he's got a little bit of Pisces too. Yeah. So his question And I believe this is your question, Frank, like, which one am I? And so I said, well, how about embracing both of them? Because Saturn rules Capricorn, right? Yeah, Saturn rules Capricorn. That's the ascendant. But yet the rest of the house, the first house is Aquarius energy. So it's Uranus as well. And we have to kind of honor both of them. Now, the ascendant being at 29 degrees in Cappy, if your ascendant, and this might help you, Frank, I don't know for sure, but normally Capricorn energy is just considered older, wiser, older, boss energy. Okay. Even if I'm not really older and wiser, because it's on the ascendant, something about me, I look older even. I look like the boss. I look wiser. So have people ever said if you look older than you actually are? Have you ever heard that at all? Aquarius energy, because you have it in your first house, this can also be older looking energy, like senior citizens type of older, but it can also have a young vibration to it. And so many times Aquarius energy can come across as being young and youthful, like college age. So these can be older people or younger people, not in between, but younger or older with the Aquarius energy. Obviously, Aquarius is really independent. Like, I dance to my own music. I don't follow. There might be, you might see me in the crowd, but I'm the one that stands out. I'm uniquely authentic, very unique. And it's the roads that haven't been ridden on or walked on. Those are the paths with Aquarian energy, very unconventional. So having you being both is just what your chart is. It's showing both. Okay. Now the Capricorn, you have to pay attention to the Capricorn because you do have it at 29 degrees. And the 29 degrees is usually considered like a crisis point of some sort. But technically, following degree theory astrology, this is boss energy. So you have this boss degree on the ascendant. And yes, Aquarius also thinks it's the damn boss, the boss of its own life, the boss of its own world, right? So there's a lot of there are some things that are very common with the Saturn and the Capricorn energy. I'm sorry, with Saturn and Uranus energy. There are some common keywords. So it would be easy to feel like, I'm this one, but not that one, because you may be identifying it with just Uranus, but yet not identifying it with the Saturn energy. Okay. And the Saturn energy is very different with Aquarius in that Saturn is more on the slow side. It's about the tried, the true, the tested, and the slow, right? Something about it. It doesn't mean slow as in your brain is slow. It just means there's something by your appearance that has maybe even a fatherly type of appearance, something that might be credible and trusted, like reputation kind of energy by the appearance, right? Something that's even, I don't know, there might be something even just familiar energy, very familiar energy. Whereas the Uranian energy, oh shit, no, it's off the planet. It's outer space. It's aliens. It's different. It's super unique, super unique. So that's basically the deep dive for your ascendant. The 29 degrees, maybe you've had experiences where the Capricorn energy comes in with knees and bones and teeth and head. Aries is head. So when we say head, sometimes we can even think hair. Uranus energy is more like the nervous system in the body, the electrical system in the body. Sometimes we even connect it with heart stuff, possibly even, because the opposition is Leo energy. And so what about ankles too? Ankles for Aquarius energy. So these are all things that are you in your first house in your physical body. All right. And you also have Saturn in the first house. So it reinforces even more Capricorn energy because Saturn rules Capricorn. But this may be why you don't feel like you identify with this too, because Pisces has the ability to make the Saturn energy kind of disappear. It dissolves it, or it makes it very confusing, where it's like, oh, this could be some of that rose-colored glasses where I just don't see it. I don't see it in myself, And it's even at the 1 degree, my body, my appearance. It's even there. You follow? So I hope that makes sense for you. I hope that helped. All righty. Let's scroll back. Good astrology lesson. Good question. All right. After Frank, I think we have, who was up next? Let me go see. Oh, I got to probably use my phone. Karmic Karen 8542. And I think Karen said she sent an email. Let me go check all my emails and see what's going on here. Okay, Frank, I see that question. I'll comment you. I'll email you back once I'm done here. Which has more influence? They seem so opposite. Well, I hope I explained how they're not opposite. They kind of have, even though there are some differences, they do have some things in common. And I wouldn't say which one has more influence because you are both. The difference is going to be when planets are going through that sign. So when the transiting planets are going through that sign, or when they're aspecting one of them, that's when it's going to come to life for you. Okay, so Karen, I see you're in the chat, but I don't think I have your birth digits. I don't think they're in my software. I think I looked, and so maybe you didn't even want a reading tonight. I don't know. Let me see if I can. There we go. I thought I lost the live stream for a minute there. Okay, so Gee, would love to know what to do for a read this evening. I hope you understand, Lulu, what to do for a read this evening. You gotta get your birth digits to me. If you actually want me to spend a little bit more time, you send a gift to the channel. The Venmo and the PayPal and all that good stuff is down below. So Lulu said, I emailed you. Yeah, I've got an email, but it's, let me see. Yeah, I'm wondering where you sent that email. I've got Strange Live in the chat. Okay, I got that email. I've got somebody Smeowser cat in the chat. But I don't have anything from, yeah. Oh, this is getting weird, guys. It's getting weird. All right, let me stroll along here. So Lulu, you said you emailed me. I don't have an email from you, Lulu. Unless it went like into spam or something. Yeah, which is a possibility. Sometimes that happens, but I feel like you've emailed me before. Yeah. Okay. All right, so we have to move along. I can't spend time on digits that I don't have. So if I don't have your birth digits, I have to skip over you and go to the next person. That's the way it's got to be. Karma Karen, I don't have digits for you. Lulu, I don't have digits for you. So I got to keep moving. Doesn't mean you can't get your digits to me. Unless you actually put them in the chat here and I didn't see it. That's a possibility. Oh, I see. So, but Lulu, I would need your digits. Yeah, your birth digits. Yeah, you could do a PayPal as well. And, I never put the PayPal down there, but you can just use Allastrology. You use my email to find me on PayPal. I never have the link there. So, Lulu is October 6, 1974. Look at that. Someone's got your stuff. You got a birth time on that, Lulu? You remailed it. Okay, that's great. That helps. That helps a whole bunch. Let me get this in here and see what we're working with. So you guys know I'm usually here on Saturday nights doing this. Yeah. Nothing. I just refreshed the damn thing. Let me try it again. I got a wild moon kitty. Then nothing here about Lulu. Somehow. Yeah. I guess it's not meant to be, huh? I don't know. I don't know what to say. Yeah. Oh, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. Let's see if we can, yeah. Well, you emailed it, but yeah, there's no email from you, hon. That's just the reality. Wow. It's possible you got one of the, okay, now I see something that says from Lulu. Yeah, well, 0 minutes ago, Lulu. No information in the email whatsoever. Just telling you, the email is completely blank. Yeah. All right, I'm moving on. I'm using up a lot of time here. Gibson Murphy. Oh my God. Hey girl, how are you doing? I'm doing readings. Person's got a question. Are we doing free readings? Everybody can get a quick reading, a quick speed reading, I call them. If you want me to spend any extra time on your chart, something more than a speed reading, send a channel gift. The channel gift and the amount that you send is the amount of time I give to your reading. It's that simple. So you go down below under the live stream and you'll see a Cash App. You'll see a Venmo link. You can use those. Yeah. All right. So, Lulu, yeah. Okay, let's do this. Let's get Lulu on the screen. Quick read for Lulu. After all, somehow her digits are in the chat because they're definitely not in the email. It's a miracle. How did we do that? It's amazing. The universe must be on your side tonight. October for Lulu. October 6th, 1974. And we've got a birth time. It says here, somebody wrote in a birth time of 8:35. I was just going to say, is this AM or PM? But you have 0835, so that's AM. That helps. That helps people. I mean, yeah. Otherwise, you'll be hearing whatever. Did we have a location here? Birth time, birth date, birth city, birth state. What country were you born in? What city were you born in? Am I seeing this in here? Where were you born? Going once, going twice. Yeah, Wild Moon, I got yours. Isn't that funny? Wild Moon, I got yours. I got yours. Maybe that's how I'll just do it from now on. Whoever's digits show up in the email first, that's how we're gonna roll. I don't know. It's I think I try to accommodate as many people as I can, and that's where I'm getting caught. Because we're delaying, trying to create charts. And yeah. All right, so we got a Canada. Let's get that in this birth digit here. And yeah, I'm just okay, 8:35 a.m. and we've got Victoria. Great. That helps immensely. BRI. Have you seen your birth chart before? Do you know what your rising sign or your moon sign is? Did I spell something wrong? Victoria, British Columbia, correct? October 6, 1974. Let's double check this. October 6, 1974, 8:35 a.m. Victoria. Okay. Let's double check. This chart is showing you, if it'll just come on the screen, we'll be in business. This chart is showing you as a Libra ascendant, Libra birthday, Libra ascendant, and you have a moon sign in Gemini. Wow. Wow. Your moon and your Mars are in a nice trine. Wow. 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 Ooh. Is this you with your moon in the 8th house with your south node? Holy crap. I mean, wow. That's a lot of history. That's a lot of stuff, a lot of subconscious stuff, possibly trauma with learning and communication in the 8th house. A lot of healing. Okay. That means you can be a healer with your words too, by the way, because that Gemini energy is a writer and a speaker. Wow. Yes, Libra. Oh, great. You knew that about yourself. Awesome. Okay, excellent. Very good. Let me save this chart. So you're going to be in my system from now on. That will make going forward a lot less painful for everybody involved. I got to do this quickly because, yeah. So let's go like this. Since we got that chart all set up real quick. Yeah, I know I'm cheating. No, I'm not really cheating, but we're going to kind of switch this around so we can go to one of these that I can mark up for you. Yeah, let's see what we can do there with that. Okay, very good. So this is what I was referring to, that 8th house. Yeah, this is the house of Scorpio, the house of Pluto, house of Mars energy. This is emotions, family, mom energy. There's a duality within this energy. Duality, contrarian energy. And there may be some pain and some vulnerabilities over this, over talking and communication. Your moon is conjunct Rigel, which increases your emotions. Your emotions are going to be deep and intense, even though they're in Gemini, which tends to be more logical and lighthearted and more kind of just not so much attached necessarily. to any one thing. It likes to float around. It likes to multitask. It likes variety. It likes to learn. But this is about learning about the past and the occult and the wounds and the trauma and the history. Okay. And so the moon being there is like, this would be emotionally satisfying for you. It satisfies your mind. You're learning about these things. And when I say these things, whether it's mediumship, whether it's, any sort of, whether it's tarot, whether it's astrology, anything under the label of occult sciences, this would be emotionally satisfying for you. And your South Node is there, which talks about there may be some history that you already have with this. Your South Node at 11 degrees is a unique degree, something very unique about you. And that's conjunct freaking another fixed star in your chart, Aldebaran, which adds a lot of power to this. Lots of power. By the way, Gemini is not just the writer and the talker, but this is social media. This is social media. So having digital neighbors, digital friends, having a strong online presence possibly, but ultimately using your words to provide healing. That is the goal, because this is where your moon is, right here. And this is, public, working with the public possibly as well. Conjunct that South Node, it brings in a powerful combination of your soul's history, your soul's knowledge, the wisdom that you have with the mind, and also with healing and with wounds and learning and communication and teaching even. So if you're using your words in a way that others can find a benefit, whether it's, talking about the past, giving words to traumas that you've experienced, and they don't have to be traumas from this time around, right? This is like soul history, soul memory kind of stuff. This can be wonderful. It can help others. That's where our wounds and our traumas come into play, to really serve and help someone other than ourselves. Once we heal and we learn how to process, we can help others do the same thing. And looking at your chart, you've got a lot of energy in the 12th house. And when we have all of that loaded up in our 12th house, this also speaks of the history in the past and soul energy. And some call it karma, along with that 8th house energy, and the traumas from another time. Father energy looks kind of prominent here. It's close to Mars. Yeah, there might be some strong stuff. It is a nice trine, though. The Mars and the moon are trining, so taking action with our emotions. Yeah, Mars, it gets fired up when it's connected with the moon like that. This can be, I'm not just going to sit still. I'm going to take action on it. I'm going to do something with it. I'm going to initiate. I can even be like with Mars energy, with the mind degree. Again, it comes up with words that can be inspiring, using the words properly, like making sure that I don't want to say changing the karma or paying back karma, but there is something here with your soul where there's a lot involved with healing. You even have Venus and Pluto conjunct. Change, transformation. This is the Phoenix rising type of energy. You got intense love, intense values. And providing healing through from desire energy, desire and values. That's Venus, and trying to make something that maybe have been considered ugly and making it beautiful. All right. Hope that helps. We're moving along. We do have you in the system for next time, Lulu, so this will be good. Make life a lot easier. All right. Let's see who's still here. Did we lose everybody? We got 1 hour left. That was Lulu. And let me go check that email real quick. Oh, Kat, I'm so sorry. Yeah. Okay, Kat, I got you. I see your email. Well, my condolences. And hang in there, hang with us. And yeah. Well, I am glad you were able to do what you had to do. I hope that gives you a little bit of peace. And then, yeah, let me get through this stuff here, and then we'll see what we can see, depending upon some other stuff here. All right, so Umbra. I'm sorry, not Umbra. I'm sorry. Strange Life. Is Strange Life still here? I feel like I just gotta, yeah. Like I'm trying to sort through. Yeah, Lulu. And I think I did it on the other software. That was the problem. Sorry about that. Yeah. So when you go to the, I feel like I'm wasting time, but let's do this real quick. If you do the PayPal thing, you put in my email address, and that's how you get in touch with me. That's how you can find my account. It's allastrology@gmail.com. That's my Gmail. All right, in case anybody, for the PayPal, for people who prefer to use PayPal. All right, so Strange Love's here. Awesome. All right, let's get your chart drawn up. Because I feel like I'm running out of time here. Yeah. Okay, so we got birth digits 4. Excellent. And we got a birth, excellent. Very good. A birth location. Thank you. I needed that. Very good. Okay. Okay. And we're doing March 5th. Excellent. 432. Thank you very much. All right. IO. There we go. Okay, so here we go. Let me get. Have you seen your chart before? Strange Live. Have you seen your chart before? This is showing me. Let me double check. March 5th, 1994, 4:32 p.m., Columbus, Ohio. Leo on the ascendant at 22 degrees. You're a Pisces sun. And you are a Capricorn moon at 0. Whoa. What do you know? Woohoo. Let's get this up here. Where's the live stream? Here it is. Okay, so you're still there, and let's get your chart on the screen. There you go. Oh, good. Okay. So here we go. Alrighty, so Saturn. Okay, so you just got done with your Saturn retrograde. Alrighty. Oh, you had a Jupiter trining Jupiter. That must have been kind of nice. And you involved your sun. Wow. Jupiter's your great benefic, by the way. It's always good to know that. Yeah. This is it's like your protector. I need water. Hold on. This is coming up a lot. These folks must know this is coming, huh? So this is going to be a thing, the wound, the Chiron. You're actually going to have a trine. We're going to have Chiron entering Taurus energy. And Chiron is going to be here. So money and values, self-love, self-worth. We're going to have Chiron. Yeah, I don't know why this looks so weird, but it does. And yours is based on your wound. Your Chiron energy is your wound. For all of us, our Chiron is a wound about ourself. And because it's in the first house, this would be based on my head, my appearance, something about self. Chiron, wound about self in the first house. And because it's in Virgo, you might be a little overly critical of yourself. Virgo energy has high expectations of perfection. It always wants to see, it's always thinking, how can I make this better? How can I improve upon this? And it's got such high unrealistic ideals. Okay. So in general, that energy, that's what's coming up. And a trine says that it can either, well, let's put it like this. Values are going to be a big deal with Chiron and Taurus energy. When I say values, it doesn't have to be just money. It can talk about, like self-worth, my self-esteem. Like Chiron and Taurus is Venus energy, right? So with that, it can be beneficial in terms of you can suddenly see, like there's things that you're seeing about yourself where you're becoming okay with it because it brings peace and harmony. Peace, harmony, beauty even, right? So it might affect the way you change, the way you wear your hair or your clothes. Venus and Taurus, like this is all about like makeup and making something beautiful. So that might happen for you. On the flip side of that, it could take the opposite role. Venus is also very highly idealistic and very fixed energy and about perfection. So if that happens, the Virgo energy might end up being a little on the overly critical side. Okay. That can be a thing. The other thing, what else are we seeing here? You're going to have the Jupiter energy making a move here in June. And that is going to be all in your Leo energy, which when you look in your chart, it's like a big mystery. Like, well, where the hell's my Leo, right? You got 22 right here. And it's going to come in right here in your 12th house. Now, this change, it's actually going to happen before. Jupiter can bring in confidence. So home and family and my emotions, because we're still going to have Jupiter in Cancer all the way to June. But once June ends, it's going to then float into your 12th house. And sometimes when we have the Jupiter in the 12th, it shows us our subconscious. It shows us what's been hidden in terms of, our dreams, but maybe even some ego energy because it'll be in Leo at that point. It'll also show us maybe a little bit of the fun side of life, right? It'll kind of reveal some of my subconscious ideas of having a good time and entertainment. This is also possibly having a good time with my body and taking risks with my body as far as like dating and just, having a whole lot of fun and romance can be some Leo energy. Now the Jupiter would kind of pull in foreigners and foreign lands, foreign languages energy, and maybe even the possibility for travel. That's just a possibility. Okay. We'd have to look at some other things in the chart. So maybe a little bit down the line, we can take a look at those things if that's something you're interested in. But what I will say though, is you will eventually, when the Jupiter gets to that Leo energy, you're going to experience a Jupiter square Jupiter. And typically that'll be later in the year. Typically that can be very beneficial energy, even though it's a square. It can be very beneficial, especially for folks where Jupiter is their great benefic. And because it's a square with Scorpio energy, which is bonded energy, some say sex when they see Scorpio, but bonded emotionally, bonded physically, a lot of history and past. And so there's a deep connection possibly, maybe with, if you're single and looking for somebody, Jupiter typically for women looking for men, this is that masculine, I would marry that person kind of energy. Or if you're already in a relationship, then this can kind of increase the romance. It can kind of increase the fun. It can kind of increase just a feel good type of time for you. Okay. So that'll be a little bit later in the year. And yeah, we would love to hear some feedback on how that turns out for you. But just remember about the subconscious in the 12th house. All right. There might be some back room, closed doors kind of stuff going on that might surprise you with Jupiter and Leo energy, because it really wants to be entertained and kind of be in its happy place. Leo energy. What is my happy place? My happy space. So that's what's going on for you for 2026. All right, moving along here. Let me close this out. Let me see what else I got here. So, yeah, well, then this should be a fun time. Married and happy? Well, have a good time. Have a good time. All right. So let me see who else I got. Let me see who's in the... Okay, I know we got Wild Moon, but before I get there, Cat, New Jersey. Okay, let me take a look at is Cat Livestream reading Smeowser. It says Cat there. Is Cat in the chat? Is Smeowser or Cat in the chat? Let's take a look here. Oh, Smeowser's here. Smeowser said I'm still here. Okay, Smeowser, I see you there before, but are you still here? Yep. Smeowser said I'm here. All right, we got a chart for Smeowser. We're going to draw up real quick here. Okay, so let's get this on here. Let's see. Strange Live. All right, I got you locked in. I've got you saved in my system. Okay, let's do Smeowser, huh? Smeowser. I kind of like that. Did I spell that right? Smeowser. Yeah, that's a new word for me. Maybe it's just a name, huh? May 8th, 1968. Interesting. May 8th, 1968. We're talking Taurus energy, huh? 5:45 p.m. 5:45 p.m. And we're doing Sussex, New Jersey. Oh, I didn't spell Jersey right. Okay. Have you ever seen this chart before? We have May 8th, 1968, 5:45, Sussex, New Jersey. Let's get this on the screen. Yeah, let's go to the email real quick. Double check some stuff. Yeah, that looks about right. 5:45 p.m. All right, great. Wow, Lulu, I don't know what's going on, but your email just came through like 5 minutes ago with your birth digits. Holy crap. Where the hell had it been floating around? It just came through. How crazy is that? I guess I'm still in a little bit of my tech hell. Okay, so Smeowser. Let's see here. Let's get this chart on the screen. Stacy's here. What's going on, Stacy? She said she's confused. Girl, I am confused too. Trust me. Yeah, it's just a wild night. It's just a wild night. I've been in straight tech hell, and I've just had to be like, okay, let's just make this work no matter what. Oh, I got that comment on the screen. Let me get rid of that. Oh, I'm glad. Yep. Oh, well, glad it's accurate. Don't be scared. It's all good. That's astrology. You're welcome. All right, so here's the chart, and I read the email. So let me go back to it real quick. Yeah, let me see so I can kind of double check. Not sure. Okay, so okay, I do have a date. Okay. Yeah, well then we're gonna go ahead and take a look at that for you. I don't know if you've seen this chart, but this is a Virgo moon conjunct Uranus. And Pluto not far. Interesting chart. Okay. And so there's the Taurus birthday, 18 degrees. This person also had Venus in Taurus in their 7th house. Okay, they have Mars at 0 degrees in Gemini. All right. So, okay. Yep, Neptune at 25. Okay, a lot of familiar looking stuff here. Okay. Yeah, all right. So this person had Mars at 0 degrees in their 8th house. Wow. All right. Let me see. The sun's above, so Jupiter in Leo at 26 degrees. So it's a square to Neptune. And they had Chiron at 1 degrees. Chiron and Aries in their 6th house of health with their north node there. Okay. And there's Saturn there. North node conjunct Saturn. Alrighty. Okay, so Pluto at 20, yeah, that's a quincunx to the Saturn energy. All right, now let me turn some of this other stuff on the outside on real quick. Saturn going through the 5th house, Saturn conjunct the 6th house cusp line of health, Neptune sitting in the 6th house. All right, and Neptune conjunct the Chiron energy. The beautiful thing about Neptune is it can make understanding and acceptance and surrender, it can make those things easy. And even a feeling of peacefulness, for sure. A nice feeling of peacefulness. So Jupiter at 18 was actually, yeah, that's a very strong square to the north node. I mean, it's exact. All right, so let me back this up just a couple of days here. Let's check this out. It's not going to change very much, by the way. You know, I'm looking at these outer planets, right? They're all in the same spots. Yep, the Jupiter's in the same spot. So this Uranian energy, that's what I'm looking at. Okay. All right. So in this chart for this person, when Mars is a person's, when Jupiter is a person's great benefic, right? It automatically means that Mars is their great malefic, meaning our physical body can be the difficulties and the stress and the tension. You know, Mars is inflammation. Yeah, Mars would have been in Capricorn then. Oh, okay. Mars actually had a little bit of power. Mars is good in Capricorn, although Mars at 28 can be tricky because it's emotions. However, Mercury had just broken through Aquarius. All right. 22 degrees Chiron on the descendant. Okay, so now with all that said, still going to stick to the Pisces and the peace and the acceptance and the surrender energy, but the North Node at the 9 degrees as well. This is a lot of the Jupiter energy. So as I look at this, and it's in the 5th house of children, fun, joy, creativity, Pisces is there. And Pisces energy, again, Pisces is when we return to the whole. It's like we're going back to source type of energy. It's divine love energy. It's a lot of other things too, of course. But it can bring about a surrender and a peace. And look, it was even in communication with the Fortuna up there, with family. Okay. All right, that's wonderful. Let me see. Family's down here. Venus showed up. Look at this. Venus was right on Hermes. Oh, that's wonderful. Hermes is communication. Okay, and in this person's chart, having Hermes in Aquarius like this, Hermes is, I don't think people talk about this way, but I do. Hermes is one of the rulers of Aquarian energy. It does really well in Aquarius. It can bring surprises. And this would have brought some surprising love because Venus was conjuncted. A surprise and some love, which would have soothed emotions because it was family. Yeah, it was Venus conjunct Pluto, actually. Let me see what we got over there in the opposition. Anything? Trine. Okay, 18, 19, alrighty. Yeah, this is pretty nice. I would also add that sometimes this kind of energy is exactly what's needed. A lot of people struggle with acceptance in whatever their situation is in life, like whatever they're going through. And this would have been a nurturing, supportive communication. Like whether, yeah, sometimes the presence is the biggest thing. It's the taking the action and being present is powerful. I see that Chariklo was also in Pisces at 14. Remember, Chariklo, the wife of Chiron, the wounded healer. Chariklo is just present, just a witness. And just her being present can bring about acceptance and healing and understanding. So I do see that it was conjunct Pandora's box, but I also see that Urania was there at the same time. Really interesting energy. So there's a little bit of a feeling like I was left out at one time, but once the Pisces and the Urania have come together and the feeling of understanding and acceptance, possibly forgiveness for sure with Pisces energy. There's a lot that can go on there, but Pisces can absolutely talk about forgiveness and then accepting. Yeah, I don't see anything in this chart where I'm just looking to see if I can see where there's anything that's like, really harsh. And I don't see anything really harsh. I think having those nodes at 9 degrees were a big part of it's like that divine energy, that protection energy. And so those nodes being on the Jupiter and the Pluto midpoint, even the Uranus midpoint. The nodes were sitting right between those two, and they're in Virgo, and it's in the house of the angelic realm, the 11th house of friends and the angelic realm. Pets and animals too, by the way. Yeah. Gardening, nature. But this node and this node over here, I think these were beneficial, is what I think. Yeah. So I don't know if that helps in any way. I really hope that it helps. Yeah, you are welcome. Yeah. You kind of felt relief. Yeah, I could understand that. There's a lot of, again, when we have a lot of this Pisces energy, floating through here like this, it's willing to kind of go with the flow of whatever way the energy is moving. And I think the big deal, of course, was this Saturn and Neptune together on this person's 6th house of health. I think that was a big deal because all of this right here also was within an opposition of like their moon. But family, there's something here really prominent with the past and family. Yeah, you are welcome. I hope that helps. I know it might have maybe seemed a little vague. I don't know. It almost had like for me, it almost felt like, I think you said the word relief, and that too is kind of the feeling that I had looking at it. Like having the number 4s all around in that chart with that Venus and with the Hermes. And so we think of number 4, the sign, the moon itself, Cancer energy. And that's very nurturing energy. It's very nurturing. And that's actually, very soothing. Very soothing. All right, you are welcome. So this one said, Bora Bora, I have to go, G. Okay. I'm number 6. There is a lot going on. We'll try again. Thanks, Allastrology. Yeah, you're welcome. But I don't think I had digits for you ever, actually. Maybe I'm wrong. Did you send a... No, I don't see anything. Yeah. Yep. Thank you so much. Smeowser, thank you so much for the channel gift. I greatly appreciate that. Yep. Wild Moon Kitty, I have digits for you here. At this point, guys, this is the way I'm doing this because it's so kind of chaotic. If you wanted the reading, you've sent your digits to me through the email. Yeah. So is Wild Moon Kitty still here? It just, I don't know. I'm feeling like maybe we're just gonna, because Bora Bora, like I said, I don't even see digits for Bora Bora. But well, thank you for the kind words, Bora Bora. Sorry we didn't get to you, but I wish, Bora Bora, if by any chance you're still listening, please just email your digits ahead of time. That will help. That way you just say, hey, for next time we're live, I would like my chart. That way I can get you guys into the system. And there's none of this, this crazy looking for charts and looking for digits and shit. So Wild Moon Kitty, yay, nay? Oh no, don't worry about it, Stacy. Don't even worry about it. It was like this last week. Oh, last week was way worse, actually. I mean, way worse. When I say worse, holy crap. At least the live stream's working tonight. Last week the tech was so bad. So I don't see. Okay, well, I'm going to say it one more time, going once, going twice for Wild Moon Kitty. If you're no longer here, then okay. Then let me go look at my phone and see if I can find out. I might help. Okay. I have to go. Okay, got that one. Strange Life says I am married. Okay, well, that's good. Okay. Oh, hold on a minute. My phone's doing okay. Here we go. One. Meg Hudson. Correct. Wow. Who was Meg Hudson talking? Oh, that was a chart I already read for. That's good. Because I'm like, what? Okay, so hey, Gibson, how are you? Are you still here? Is there anybody still here? All right. You know me, guys. If there's nobody here that wants a reading, then I'm going to call it a night. Like I got time. I don't got time to waste. Wild Moon Kitty's here. What? Oh my Lord. Did I just hit that? Wild Moon Kitty, you're here. Okay, so Wild Moon, you're here. Like as I'm saying, I'm going to leave Wild Moon. I know there's a delay. All right, Wild Moon, you're here. Your digits are in the email. Let me get your chart drawn up for you since you are here. All righty. All right. I'm drawing this up right now. Longview, Texas. All right. Have you seen your chart before? July 9th, 1977, 6:09 p.m. Longview, Texas tells me that you are a Sagittarius on the rising, Sagittarius ascendant. You have a moon at 7 degrees of Taurus, conjunct your Chiron. Look at that. Cancer sun. Okay. Does this sound like you? Let's see. Wild Moon Kitty is here. Let's get this on the screen real quick. Taffy's in here sleeping. Oh my God. She just wanted to go to bed when she came in. I totally forgot she was in here. I heard her snoring. Wow. Taffy was tired. She wanted in, but she just wanted in to go to bed. How about that? Wild Moon Kitty, there you are. All right. So you know that this is you? You've seen this chart before? Okay, let's do this. Yeah, we'll flip this around a little bit here. Let's go like this. Okay. So this shows us that you've got your Neptune really close to your ascendant, but it's in the 12th house. So Saggy energy likes to travel. This can be institutional energy too, though. Can represent dreams, can represent the future, can mean that you have dreams that kind of can even give you visions about the future. So your 7th house relationships, wow, you got Jupiter and Gemini. Having a Jupiter in the 7th house means you can have a lot of partnerships. It brings you lots of partnerships. Significant one-on-one relationships, because these can be personal, they can be professional, they can be both. But the Gemini stuff talks about communication, talking, teaching, learning, sales. You even have it at the Jupiter degree. Wow. It's like go big or go home, teacher energy. Yeah. Maybe even working for that institutional energy that I talked about. Yeah. This is higher education over here in the 12th house. But you have the Jupiter in the 7th house of partnerships, but you got a lot of Gemini in your chart. Holy crap. In your 6th and your 7th house. Yeah. So this is busy energy, working. This is health energy, but your Venus is there. So this is, like my love language and how I make money. Wow, the mind is going, man. At that 3 degrees. Yeah. This is a person who can communicate, and their sound, their voice can be really harmonious. It can be really nice. It can be very beautiful and pleasant even. And maybe not even the sound is beautiful and pleasant, but the words in which you choose, the way that they come out, the combination. Because this is the writer energy, right? The scribe. So, yeah, maybe there's a little bit of talking or in communication that go on. And it means you might have an opportunity to make money that way. Yeah. And again, that might fall into the line of whether it's, we think editing, because you got all that Virgo up there at the 9th, but then you got 0 degree midheaven even. Wow. Contracts, balance, harmony, partnerships. You have a 0 degree midheaven. This would be a Venus ruled thing, right? And I just talked about your Venus. How I make money, how I receive love, my values, my desires. So that means you got Aries down there at 0. Wow, Aries at 0 in the 4th house. These are pretty fiery people, very independent energy. And that's one of your superpowers. Ooh, you got the independent energy with the 20 degree Scorpio stuff going on. Whoa, these are like warrior energy. This is quite powerful. You don't mess with these people. This can also represent that this was the way your mother was to some degree, or at least in your home. But ultimately, this would be considered one of your gifts, like a superpower. Now, what makes this tricky, because this is the energy of I have little patience, I might even get easily angered, but it's very independent and loves freedom. Loves freedom. And so that would be emotionally satisfying, having some freedom, having your own space. But it's got that Scorpio degree going on. So this can represent traumas and wounds, which when you mix it with Aries, we think, well, what happens to soldiers, right? They go to war, they come back. If they make it back, or there's a lot of scars, there's a lot of trauma, there's a lot of wounds. There's healing that needs to occur. And that's what that 20 degrees is, the ability to heal the past, to heal the trauma. Wow. So this is within family, the traumas within, not just for you, but something with your family and your culture even. For sure. Yeah, you got communication and wounds with family also in the 8th house. Again, culture and history. Strong feminine energy, though. And your sun is on this Cancer energy in the 8th. So these people can be very sincere, which is good, because it's the opposite of Gemini energy, which is very surfacey, just talking just to talk, right? Like they need to be busy mentally, and their mouth needs to be busy. They need to just push information back and forth, back and forth. But the Cancer in the 8th is more about, we're going to be talking about deeply meaningful stuff. We're talking about history, the past, and wounds. We're talking about real stuff. It's not phony. It's not candy canes and unicorns, and it's not about the weather. It's about deeply meaningful stuff. It can be quite intense even, because it's about traumas. So the family, the traumas of mom and the traumas of dad, even with the Leo energy there. Okay. Yeah, you have Mercury there. So that means you're able to communicate or possibly even write about stuff, or a combination. But just remember that Scorpio stuff is about the trauma and the healing, being the healer, healing the past, healing those wounds of the ancestral wounds, the karmic stuff even coming in with that 8th house and with the water there, big time. Not to mention, you've got also, somebody else tonight had something similar. You've got Scorpio, the healing energy, in the 11th. So the 11th house is different. It's unique. It's new. But look, you even have Uranus there. So Uranus in the Uranus house. This is where Uranus is strong. These are like the Uranus and Scorpio. These people, they get insights. They get psychic, like just flashes, just come to them instantly, really quickly. And there might be times where it's more intense than others, and other times where it's like, okay, what's going on? But this energy is surprising and shocking and new and different, but it's about the hidden, and it's about relationships. 7 degrees, it's about relationships, past partnerships. There's some connection with new, and very unique, and authority figures possibly too. More Scorpio energy talks about more healing and more traumas. Then this may be with friends and group energy, because it's in the 11th house. But the ability to kind of regenerate, that Phoenix rising type of energy, to regenerate. And I will add that this is the house of astrology, and you even have Uranus here. So this could be for someone who's serious about astrology, whether it's for yourself or to really take it up, because you've got Aquarius energy on your 3rd house cusp line. These people usually are quick learners. They pick up normally very fast, even though at other times some things are very confusing and fuzzy, right? So there's a mixture. It's complex. But the help that you would have would be by having Uranus in the 11th house. You could get intuitive insights and flashes of information that could help you learn and help you to probably pick it up kind of on the quick side, actually. The only caution would be the difficulty possibly with learning, because Pisces can make things confusing. And then you have some Pisces in that mind energy. The 3rd house is your mind. So Pisces can be dreamy, daydreamy, right? My fantasies, those kind of dreams too, but it's fuzzy, very fuzzy. So it can be tricky. But once, that would be the beauty of using astrology to kind of confirm or deny your intuitions. Yeah. It absolutely could be. Astrology's it just takes some commitment and time, though. But you've got a lot of things in your chart that kind of point to the past. A lot of moon energy too. in a lot of different ways by degrees. So when people have this, they're kind of oozing with soul memory and soul history. I know I talked about the South Node and that kind of warrior, ultimate warrior, healer, moving on from the wounds of the past type of energy. But what that means, though, is that going forward now, it's supposed to be about relationships. And specifically, it would do well with professional relationships, long-term commitments, partnerships, things being fair and equitable. Libra energy, your North Node, that's your soul's goal for this lifetime. That's one of them. Yep, that's one of them. Moving forward with cooperation and harmony, kind of being a little diplomatic, possibly even, like that's the soul's goal. And thinking, walking away from just the me energy, the independent me, with that strong Aries, and embracing the we, the WE, embracing the we energy. Okay. All righty. So, let's see. What do we got here? Yeah, guys, I don't know if there's something going on with the email or if there's a delay. Like Sinister Days, I'm just seeing your digits right now. I don't know. The email's telling me that this came in a little bit ago, about 15 minutes ago, I think. 10, 15 minutes ago. And Sinister Days, you were here for a while. Is Sinister Days still here? Hello, hello, hello. Is Sinister Days still here? Testing 1, 2, 3. Going once, going twice. Sinister Days, are you still here? Hello, Sinister Days. All right, so if you're not here, that's fine. We can move right along. I don't know who we're moving right along to. I guess Stacy. Because I honestly don't know. And then if Stacy, if you're not here, and if there's nobody else that wants their chart read, well, we can call it a night. Oh, Sinister Days is like, hey, I'm here. Okay, Sinister Days is here. Look at that. All right, gotcha, Sinister Days. Let's get your chart in here. We're going to do a quick read for Sinister Days, a speed reading. Yeah, you must have heard me when I said you have to get your digits in again. I know, it's just so crazy, this. Uh-oh, Taffy got up. Okay, so we have a December birthday. Okay, do we got the time on here? Yeah, very good. Excellent. We're almost there. Uh-oh. Why is it? Oh, I see what it was doing. That's California. I hope I spelled it right. Or it's going to give me grief. All right, Sinister Days. I know you've seen your chart before. I really don't remember what your chart is, but this is saying a Taurus moon at 3 degrees, Aries ascendant at 29, December 17th, 1980, Riverside, California. Let's get it on the screen. That's not the chart we want. Let's see if we can get the chart that we want. There we go. How about that? We got it. Very good. Woohoo. Oh, Wild Moon Kitty says, I know when I'm being deceived. That's good. That's good. I am glad to hear that. Yeah, that strong Scorpio and that Uranus energy, that authority figure kind of stuff. It's just like, don't believe that crap. Don't you believe it? Yeah, you're fortunate to have that because with Pisces in the third house, those people can be easily influenced. They can be easily deceived at times. So it's good that you have that. Sinister Days. What am I checking out here? Got you on the screen. Let's see. Okay. Oh, Taffy's going to be making noises at the door. Sinister Days. Wow. I think it's been a while, but this South Node is really just jumping out big time. Is this you? You have the South Node at 11 degrees and Celestia right next to it. Wow. Oh, wow. You have a lot of stuff at 11 degrees in your chart. Wow. Okay. Unique, different. That's your superpower. A unique career, something you're working on for the long term. Technology is probably part of the story. This is kind of like your superpower energy. It's your South Node. It's group energy. It's friends, social systems, social structures, South Node energy, social services. But your North Node is the Leo energy, which asks you to it asks you to be your authentic self. And see, the whole online stuff, yeah, it's tricky, right? The online stuff, we can be anybody. We don't even got to be who we really are, right? The online stuff is what's really kind of wild. But it's these nodes and this 11 degree stuff, your authentic self. What a blessing to have that at that degree when that's like your soul's goal. Yeah, that's one of those goals. So the fact that you have that there really helps you to be different, to be unique, to stand out from the crowd. So when we have the Leo energy and the Aquarian energy, you have a mixture. You have a mixture because you've got 11 degrees Aquarius, different, disruptive, new, exciting, in the fourth house of emotions. So this would be your home and the North Node being there. So your soul wants you to, something very unique about your living arrangement or your home itself, something unique about the way in which you express what you're feeling, even feeling about yourself. Leo energy can be optimistic and bright and fun and happy and playful, but the Leo is the sun energy, and it really does. There might be something connected with your emotions where there is a thirst for public recognition, even. Now, that thirst would come from the past, right? So it's really asking. It's really asking for you to kind of be able to be okay, to still feel nurtured and satisfied, and to be just to be at peace with maybe not being publicly recognize. It's really more about you valuing you developing your inner self-worth with a North Node in the 4th house. It's really asking you to overcome what you feel is a need for, again, public recognition. Now, this isn't because like you're just a thirsty person. This has a lot to do with the past life stuff. Okay. And that South Node superpower in the 10th house of recognition. And even your Mars is there too. So that, oh Lord. And your Mars is on the midheaven. Oh Lord. Okay. Well, something with these nodes really came out strongly. The Salacia energy says that it's possible you may not see it because it can provide clouds and there could be like a veil. And so it adds a little bit of a mystery and confusion to things. So you might not even see where there is that innate ability. Normally when we have our superpower stuff, sometimes we're the last ones to know we have it. We just think it's kind of like logical and common sense. And I was born that way. And we don't think it's very special sometimes. Sometimes it's just like, well, it's just who I am, you know? And so we might not take advantage of it, or maybe we do take advantage of it and we lean on it too much. I'm looking at other objects in your chart to see what lines up with this, to see if that would be the case. Yeah, you have trine energy with work. Your Saturn trines this. You even have this Psyche energy at 11 degrees that trines this. So a trine means it kind of just really easily occurs. And with the easy occurrence, friends and group energy. Something about standing alone and feeling your inner value, your inner self-worth. And I think it comes through the humor, through your ability to play. That would be huge because it's play and laughter, maybe even, a little on the entertainment side, whether you're acting or performing in some way, but it's really for you to stand out, for you. It's not meant to be down here in the 4th house. This is all about for family and home. It's very private energy, actually. It's the opposite of what you have up here. You see, this is very public on the world stage. This is the soul's goal, which is very private. It's inside. It's kind of hidden. We kind of want to stay hidden in that way. So this might be some of your creative stuff that doesn't mean you might not succeed in life and be on the world stage. Sure, you might get that, but I'm talking about your soul's goal, talking about some deep inner working kind of thing. And that's what this North Node in Leo is. It's a creating for mom, creating for family, creating for my emotional needs, literally, and satisfying me. And I kind of get this energy a lot because I know I have a lot of different things that I think are fascinating, things that I've created, really just drawings that I create them because I like them. Like I like seeing what I see, and I actually hang it up on my own walls. It's for me. It's for me. I like it. Like I don't have pictures of people I know or family members even on my walls. I have things that I have drawn and created that I have on my walls that when I look at them, I don't know. I feel really good. And it just does that for me, so that was just a quick example. Hopefully it makes sense for you. I got Taffy at the door and we got 5 minutes left. And you are welcome, Wild Moon Kitty. Yep. Oh, I think I already read that one. My bad. Oh, right. Okay, good. So it made sense. So you get it. Well, then that's the other thing. This may have been something you've already discovered, right? And if you've already discovered it, wonderful. That's wonderful. Because I'm going to be honest, it really sucks when, if there's things that we create and we're like, okay, I wonder, You know, is this going to be that thing that people are going to get, that they're really going to be drawn to, that they're really going to like? But sometimes, you know, we create stuff and it does nothing for other people. And that's okay. It's for me. It puts me in my happy place, you know? And so kind of think about it like that. That's what it's for, your own emotional security and satisfaction. Christy, what's going on, Amika? We are about to end. So let me go over the live stream real quick. I got a few minutes left before we're ending here. And so we're just going to, I saw a couple questions earlier about when are we live and what days are what. So if you're listening, I mean, there's less than a handful of people here, but every Saturday, the Allastrology channel, we're here doing live streams, we're doing astrology classes, we're doing private lives. The question is, which Saturday is which, right? So the first and third Saturday of the month, there's two fingers there. The first and third Saturday of every month, those are live streams here on the channel. Okay. The second Saturday of every month, that's the astrology classes. It's Astrology 101 with a combination of deep astrology, of in-depth astrology, but we go slow. The point is that whether you're a brand new person at astrology or you're someone who's been around the block a few times, you can use it as a refresher course. Chances are you're going to learn something. Okay. That's the whole point. Use it as a refresher. And there's a rapport, there's a back and forth. There's time for some questions as long as they pertain to the topic of what we're learning for that class session. With that said, email me down below if you want in on that. All right. I'm not trying to have a huge classroom. The size we had for our very first one, what was that, 2 weeks ago, was like a really good size. It was like perfect, I'd say. So I really kind of don't want to go above and beyond that, but send an email to me. As soon as you get your emails in, I'll give you the detail, send you a link for the class, and we'll be good to go. If you can't make the class, you can still watch the class. You can get the recordings of the class. I have them on YouTube in a private library. Okay. So that's a lot of information right there. Yeah, if you want more, just email me. The very last Saturday of every month, we do the same thing we're doing tonight, but it's privately done for those more very personal topics. Okay. And that is very, very small. It is a very limited space, limited seating available. If you want in, there's a couple of spots left, I think, for next Saturday. I think I'll have to double check. We'll see. So if you want in on that, let me know. Send me the email. And that's it. I hope that made sense. And everything is changing and fluctuating. So there are likely going to be things I will be tweaking, and I will let you guys know whenever I know. I got my lives messed up. I thought this was the last Saturday. Yeah, I know it's confusing. There's a lot of Saturdays this month. Yeah, there's a lot of Saturdays this month. Right? Yeah, we've got one more Saturday. Yep. Next week is the last Saturday, so that would be the private lives. All right. So with that said, I think we are all done. Taffy is tapping at the doorway. And I hope you guys have a good night. Everybody, please stay safe. Safe from the weather, safe from the insanity that our country is under. Yeah, we will somehow get through this and persevere. But yeah, hold peace in your heart and in your mind, and let's try to get through this crazy crap. All right, everybody, thank you very much, and thank you for everybody who made a channel gift. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. I will see you guys. I'll see you when I see you. Take care. Bye-bye.